So I wanted to do something unique.
A waterfall on the roof. How often does that happen?
This was all basically just an open space. I was looking more of a creek riverine type of a system.
And this is my first time doing goat yoga. I'm Greg Wittstock, the Pond Guy. This is my channel, Greg Wittstock, the Pond Guy, all about showcasing how people all over the world live the aquascape lifestyle. And this is a super special vlog because we are at, for the first time on my channel, Ed the Pond Professor, my longest teammate at Aquascape, 31 years.
31 years.
31 years, and this is when did we build this, Ed?
This was built right at the beginning of COVID, so 2020.
It's only been in since 2020.
Spring of 2020, exactly.
And if you notice, there's something unique about this water feature, which is what, Eddie?
I built a little Hobbit House. So I wanted to do something unique because I couldn't compete with my old pond. Like, my old pond was huge, it was incredible. I know I wanted to do something, but I wanted to do something unique, so I wanted to create a waterfall on the roof of a hidden Hobbit house.
A waterfall on the roof. How often does that happen? Why don't you give us a tour of what you actually built?
Start down here at the bottom. So this, we have a 1,500 gallon reservoir. This is somewhat of a rainwater capture system. I get some of the water coming off of this hillside and everything coming into here. So I wanted to create a slightly sustainable water feature, trying to capture and reutilize some of those resources. You know, I'm a big fan of conservation, but actually let me start further out. Hold on a second. So first of all, design concept. So from the house way over here, let us start way back this way. Let me restart this. I mean, just check out the view. We got the barn over here. We have baby goats over in this section. This was all basically just an open space when we purchased the property. This little slope kind of just went gently right through this entire area and picked up with the ridge over in the background. What I wanted to do was try to separate some of those different spaces, create a series of layers. So what I wanted to do was kind of block off some of that, but still have views. I mean, if you look way off in the distance, you can see some of those big silos. You could actually see there's a local Catholic church way over in the corner over there. So I wanted to still have some of those far views, but I wanted to create some little doorways and openings to pick up some of the views in the background. I actually planted a bunch of big trees over here in the back, and unfortunately one of my oaks recently just died back there, which is killing me, so I'm gonna have to replace that guy. But I wanted to create this beautiful little vista, and I wanted to create something very, very unique. I was not thinking a massive pond. We do have the property subdivided. We may build a house over here in the future. That actually is, those plans might be changing as we speak, so I don't even want to discuss that right now. So this feature was designed as an interactive feature. My wife Ellen has goat yoga events. Got babies out over here right as we speak. She has animal interactions and things like that. So I wanted to create something that was easy for people to go up adjacent to, take pictures, create a series of steps and ledges and things like that. So when she has events, people will line up on all these different rocks and stand and take pictures right around that waterfall. I didn't need a giant feature. And actually, in fact, this feature just has a small turtle living inside of it. I was looking more of a creek riverine type of a system, which is very, very typical of this section of northern Illinois. Big craggy pieces of limestone. And then this is where I started back up with that underground reservoir over here. The water gets pumped from here to the roof of this Hobbit house, and I'll take you down inside of there in a second. So I have a biofalls located up here on the top, and then we came in and we just started building this beautiful little cascading waterfall crashing down. I wanted to incorporate some beautiful logs. You know, if you followed me on my channel, Ed the Pond Professor, you know I love bringing in all those different elements. That wood element to me is very, very important important, especially in this area. This tree, and as well as some of these other branches and things, came from a neighboring farm right down the road. But I really wanted to create something very unique here. And what I did was I actually had to build this Hobbit House first because that set the elevation. So this was all dug out. I took all that soil and started burying this building. And then I started doing the waterfall on top of it. It was super, super unique. Recycled old, actually that's a frame from an old tire. And then I just put a piece of glass inside of it. Love the tiger eye sumacs over here. They just grow very, very quick. So it was giving us a lot of shade, as well as a nice transition point over here into these smaller barns. Then over on this side, I mean, just check this out. Big stepping stones going across, small little walkway weaving its way through. You don't really know where this is going. And then over on this side, I love this calamint, blooms all year long. Then I have that Russian sage, but just check this out. The cool little Hobbit House opening coming in here with all these different things for pollinators. Again, that calamint is just incredible. The pollinators go crazy over that stuff, which is very, very important in our area. I'm trying to help local biodiversity. And then I came in with a series of these big different posts and things like that to kind of create this really, really cool little Hobbit House effect, which actually I'm going to hold off on going down in there right now until I get Greg here with me. And then up on the roof, again, this is all buried in soil. And I have a small seating area over here on the top as well, which gives us a completely different vantage point of the entire property. Then over on this side, more stuff. We have our small little pond for Titan the fly river turtle. I'm going to feed him here in a few minutes, but this is just meant to look like a little jungle pool. So these guys are from New Guinea and Northern Australia, so I wanted something very, very unique for him. Doesn't have to be giant. Little sand beach for him to kind of get out in this area. And then again, more of those little wooden elements. Biofall's tucked up here in this corner. That stream actually disappears underneath the elderberry. Again, I love catmint. I have the prairie dropsy, black-eyed Susans. I have yarrow over in here, so all different types of things that are kind of creating this beautiful effect. And if you look at this from here down at the bottom all the way up, this is well over 100 feet in length. Then over on this side, created a little shelter here out of some cedar branches. Ellen has planted a bunch of the sunflowers going up around it to create a little sunflower hunt. Those things will keep growing up all the way around that little structure. But again, neat little place to come on inside, take some pictures and things like that. And those sunflowers will continue to grow throughout the season. We did get hit with a big storm last night, kind of beat up some of our plants, but I think they're doing okay.
Fire because it's like 98 degrees outside.
All right, so here we got Titan, right, Eddie?
He's out. I just fed him some chicken and apples. And,
I see him.
Now he's down there on the very, very bottom. We
Yes.
could catch him. We could let him eat though first.
Yeah, let's let him eat. So I didn't realize that. I know he ate shrimp. I didn't realize he also ate chicken periodically.
I'll give him chicken and shrimp.
Okay.
Yeah, so I kind of switch off. And then veggies. Yeah, apples seem to hold up the best inside of there, and he loves them, so we get different types of apples, but we'll also do like cucumbers and zucchini and squash and stuff like that as well that we have growing here.
And Titan was a gift from
Ohio Fish Rescue.
Big Rich at Ohio Fish Rescue. I have my first fly river turtle, Titan, and this is his summer vacation home before going back to Aqualand. So Ellen,
Yes.
Ed's better half, we would be remiss if we didn't talk about your baby, Blue Sky Farms. So this is, what year is this for you now here?
This is my 7th season.
Okay, so I had no idea that goat yoga was a thing, but Ellen has been very successful with goat yoga. And so what kind of goats are these, Ellen?
These are Nigerian dwarf goats, and then there's a couple mixed with miniature Nubians. And they are like, these guys are only a week and a half old.
So the smallest ones are that. Okay.
Week and a half old, but depending on their size and their parents, you know, depends on whether they're bigger at a certain age or not. One of the things, you know, goat yoga I thought was going to be a trend, and it's 7 seasons later is not.
Yes.
And it's because it kind of marries yoga and animal therapy. What I love to do though is I often get to do these cuddle appointments. So I do over 150 cuddle appointments, and I was going to ask you to maybe shoot a little reel doing a cuddle because people love it. People love coming in here and just giggling with the goats and everything.
Here we go. Okay, so what am I doing? Tell me what.
So what I'd like for the reel for you to say is, tell me what a cuddle is, Ellen, and then I just want a minute of you just laying on the ground with the goats.
Tell me what a cuddle is, Ellen.
Well, let me show you.
Look at they all kind of run towards
Well,
you.
because we bottle feed them.
Oh,
so
okay. They're thinking they're getting fed. So I just lay down? Okay. Oh, okay. Oh my goodness. Oh gosh. Yes, it is definitely unique. And they go right up. So for 7 years, she's been doing this. I've known Ellen for 31 years, and this is my first time doing goat yoga. There's a first time for something on my channel, for everything on my channel. And for me to be able to visit my guys, the people that I'm the closest with in the entire world, that we created an industry together, and to see how they're not only living the aquascape lifestyle, but supporting families that do too. This is what it is all about. I never get bored doing my job. The only thing I don't like about my job is having to leave. And when you got places like this to visit, can you see why you would say that? If you're interested in living the aquascape lifestyle, whether you're doing goat yoga or whether you got a Hobbit house, check out the link below to find a certified aquascape contractor by you. I love my job.